What day is it today?
Sunday.
Sunday. Nice.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day. Where are we going, guys?
Where you want to take us?
Where do I want to take you? You guys are the ones that are taking me.
We'll go across to Chelmsford.
Yeah.
Make our way up to Windy Lake, Cartier, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Apparently some new guy was grooming out that way there yesterday, so we're gonna go check that out.
Quality assurance check.
I'm pretty sure it's probably crap.
I think I'm gonna get fired.
We'll do some critiquing of our groomer operator that we had out last night, our guest groomer operator.
I heard the guy's horrible.
We gotta get this on video while we're chirping him. Hey, you didn't match the seam here.
How come there's a little bit of a ledge?
That'll be good. Rally you up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we should introduce the new players for today. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kirk. James, president of STP.
Awesome. And everyone else, same boring people we were with yesterday, so. Okay, ready to hit the trail?
We're going to the trees today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try and keep them on the trail.
Safe Trail Ambassador needs to stay on the trail. Yeah.
On the way back, I only almost went off one time.
Awesome.
There's
Okay.
no groomer ledges at the end of it, like, because there's no snow, obviously, so you got nothing to, like, ricochet off of if you...
Kind of like the rink boards at the end of the ice, It's got some place to stop you.
It's winter driving when there's no snow and you don't have the snowbanks. You actually have to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
In the season, you can just bounce off the snowbanks.
Now they're a little bit hard.
Yeah, I know.
A little bit is an understatement.
Going down the
Well, one thing that occurred to me after I thought about it yesterday is that because we haven't really had a lot of snow, like the corners aren't really banked up.
Well, guys, it's a little bit odd for me to not be leading and following, but that's okay. These guys grew up here and they live here and they know every single trail up here, so they'll take us on a good ride, probably like 250 to 300K. The plan is we'll probably cover some of the Cartier loop, and all the guys want to go and inspect my grooming work just for fun, so we're gonna head over to Chelmsford area right now. Right now we're still just on the 74 trail, which leads right from the STP yard, which we did yesterday. And then we're gonna hop on the D, and I imagine take the D straight west. Yeah, so right in front of me we got Dave on his Sidewinder. I was actually pretty impressed with that sled yesterday. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I went in with an open mind, and it was a fun sled. In a straight line, for sure, it's fun. But even in the turns yesterday, like, granted I'm not in super tight twisty, but like some of the wide sweeping turns, the sled rails. And obviously it's fast, but that's a given. Almost all the groomers in Sudbury were rolling last night, and as you can see, the 74 trail here is mint again. So yesterday when we pulled up to the D here, we made a right and headed towards Winopate. Now we're making a left. Looking forward to another superb day of riding, and then the depression will set in probably just after lunch, because once we get back to the truck, we'll load it up and heading straight south, because tomorrow I gotta get up early and catch up on some schoolwork that I missed. Med school, you miss one day and you're like a week behind. That's how fast the material comes that they throw at you. And whipping through the power line here, and like hardly any snow dust because it's so mild. It's only like -3 right now. I think it's gonna go up to +1 today, but it's not gonna be sunny, so won't do much to the trails. Just actually soften them up a little bit, even though they're not that hard. There's snow on top. Like you can see Dave's sled, he's kicking stuff up. I'm running at 42 Celsius, so it's like literally perfect riding temp for an 850 at least. Look at everyone riding in unison on the right side of the trail. Respectful riders. At the end of the day, in my opinion, you want to go the speed you want to go. Obviously, there is a speed limit. You choose to adhere to it. That's your choice. I'm not going to comment on that, but at least stay to the side, stay to your side. If you're going the speed where you can't stay to your side of the trail, you're going too fast, not only are you risking your life, but you're risking the lives of other people. So staying to your side, especially in corners and blind hills, so crucial. My buddy Ethan that was with us, that rode with me 2 years ago, it was like his 3rd time riding with me. I took him to Gravenhurst, which in hindsight wasn't the best idea because super tight heading into Baysville. We went for lunch at, I think it's the Cast Iron, had lunch there, and then on the way back he was coming up a hill all the way to his side, and some yahoo came the other way in the middle of the trail, threw him off the trail, went into a tree, and ripped basically the ski right off the sled. Both A-arms, the shock. He flew over. Thank God he wasn't hurt, but the guy watched it happen and took off. So just goes to show you that even when you're on your side of the trail, if someone's not on their side of the trail, depending on how narrow the trail is, you might have a problem. That's why it's so important to stay to your side. We all want to get home, right? And BRP Go failed again. I started my BRP Go on my phone, plugged it in. It was working perfectly on the map when we left. We've been riding for about 20 minutes. And now, if you look at my screen, it says application not available. So, that's fun. My Garmin's working though. And there's the crew. Got a lot of guys today. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. Oh, this section looked groomed. Okay, not bad. 10 kilometers to start our day. That was a little bit bumpy. And now it's tabletop again. It looks like we're going to be coming up to a pretty straight section. Don't know what it is. I've actually never taken this trail. I've ridden Espanola, and I've ridden Elliott Lake West, and I've ridden Sudbury North, but I've never ridden from Sudbury like northwest and done the upper loops. But I'm looking forward to that today. Leading right now is Gerald, who's the groomer manager for the whole Sudbury trail plan. So he's the man that set me up last night in the groomer. That was a lot of fun. Nice to get out. It's probably my last time this year, unless I'm supposed to come home in a couple weeks in March, and if Barry is back to operational with the weather that's coming, because it looks like winter's coming back at least for a couple weeks, then I'll groom in Barry. But other than that, that was probably my final run of the season. Just coming into Chelmsford here on the D Trail. It was a little bit snowdy and dirty coming west of town, but once we crossed the highway just a couple minutes ago, now it's reasonable. Before, like for up here, I didn't know if we were ATVing or sledding for like 2 kilometers. So this is where I started my grooming run last night, and I went all the way down there to a lake crossing, and that's when I turned around. So it's like a 5-hour run. So the guys are about to inspect and critique my my hard work. Mother Nature is letting some snow down. We need all of it. Any snow we can get is a bonus. Still snowing pretty good, but in the bush you're a little bit protected. Trails are okay. They're not as good as they were yesterday. Yesterday was really perfect. But they're pretty good. I would give them like a 7 out of 10. There are sections that are perfect, and there are sections that are a little bumpy. We're so low on snow here from that warm-up, and everything's hard, that usually in the corners there's some stutters. Even the section that I groomed last night, like I bladed the whole thing, and there's still areas that, like, it's not perfect. It's pretty good, or at least I think it's pretty good, but it's not perfect.
For the most part, that trail was pretty good. Jess, you did a nice job, you know, but I'm a little embarrassed of one thing. You're cutting the tops off a lot of those hills there.
They were already gone.
It's pretty ugly. So, you know, maybe something to work on, eh?
And learn to use the brusher bar.
Yeah, use the brusher bar too. We don't like the district president, you know, getting the whippy whaps in the face, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. How was it?
Great.
Yeah?
We had shrimps, we had scallops, we had oysters, we had steak.
All in celebration of Paul's birthday?
Yeah.
How old are you, 65?
Desserts for getting there. 2 calamari, 2 friggin'
39? 40?
49.
You're 49? You don't look 49.
You don't look a day over 51 to me.
You don't look a day over 60.
Thanks. You make an 80-year-old look good.
Thanks, man.
Mid to late 30s?
39.
39, okay, so that's pretty good.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we turned off the top D, and now we're on the C111D. We're going to make our way to Windy Lake, and then up to Cartier. This trail is really nice and twisty in the bush. Oh, now it's nice and wide. Oh, yeah. Nice. Now this is a trail. Cartier Moose Loop. There's Gerald leading the pack. It's crazy what the difference, like a little bit further north, does. Like the D trail west of Sudbury was showing its age. It was really snurdy and just low on snow. And then as soon as we got a little bit north of town on the west end, it just became way better. Like, look at what we're on now. Tons of snow here. Well, I wouldn't say tons of snow, but plenty when it comes to trail riding. Yeah, so I guess the plan is we're gonna just go to Cartier and have lunch there. Just beautiful landscape up here. Really, really nice ride. It's definitely a narrow trail though for a lot of it, and this is where staying to your side is like absolutely fundamental. Like we saw maybe 10 sleds, and if you weren't completely on your side, you could have an issue. Awesome. And as usual, fantastic lunch and full bellies. Now we have about 2 hours or so. We're going to be heading east on the C111D, and then after that I think we're taking the 56 down through I'm going to butcher the name as usual, but Valterisi, and then from there we'll head back to STP and load up. As you can see, it's above zero and stuff is softening up a little bit, but it's going to be -6 tonight, so it's not going to do much damage. Beautiful day, that's for sure. It is warm. My weather app is saying 3 degrees right now. I got all my vents open, so I'm not overheating just yet, but it won't take much. Any bit of exertion, I'll start sweating. Woo! This really is an awesome trail, and you got really everything on this trail. Now it's a little bit twistier. Before we had some sections of wide logging road or wide bush trail right before lunch, and then before that, before Windy Lake, it was even tighter with like steep hills and turns at the bottom of the hills. Definitely some challenging terrain. So now after 2 days of wearing this mission helmet, yep, my initial impressions are still the same. This is dynamite. Definitely a great all-around helmet. I think on the I still think on the really cold days I'll wear the oxygen, but besides that, This is going to be my primary helmet for sure. Only seeing 166. Doesn't she look pretty? Are you okay? I'll get it out. Are you okay? Holy. You okay?
Yeah.
Whew. Whew. That was close. Did you roll it just because you were nervous you saw them, or because of the turn there?
Because I saw them, I didn't want to hit them. Yeah, I thought I was sliding right into them.
Okay. We'll get you out. Yeah, move that over a little bit. Do it one at a time.
I just need a little pull.
Okay. There you go. Shouldn't be caught on anything. Hop on it. Must. Go ahead. Fuck, you got not a scratch on it. Okay.
When I wasn't
Dave, you okay?
Yeah.
I didn't get it on video. I only got the aftermath. Any damage?
Yeah, I just broke the mirror.
Okay.
I saw Jesse stop, so then I just hit my brakes.
But I was already on the lake.
Yeah, I know, but I hit the brakes like in preparation, and my whole lap end just went.
Okay, how are we gonna get this tank down? Is it weighted up at front? It looks like it also got out scot-free. Any damage? Oh, A-arm? No, looks okay.
Little scratch.
Yeah.
I just came up and over that blind corner, saw your two machines on the side, tried to brake and stop.
I was stopped right over there looking about climbing that hill. And then all of a sudden I see Dave bail.
I think we might be better to grab it back.
Like nothing hurt, nobody got hurt, like so what, you know?
It's a laugh.
Yeah.
But I was standing there like eyeing to go up that thing, and then I see Dave and I just see him go right in. I'm like, shit, I wish I got that on video.
Hey Dave, I told you valet parking at SDP is offered, eh?
This trail keeps getting better and better, guys. If you're in the Sudbury area, definitely consider doing the Cartier Moose Loop. There's really everything. You got some wider trails, some twisties, some ups and downs, some like really tight and twisties, some scenic areas, some lakes, really everything. You can experience it all just by doing this loop. Just completely tabletop smooth. Snowmobiler's paradise. Oh, Napping River. Just beautiful wooded sections as well. Just coming up to the intersection of the C111D with the 56. And we're going to be turning on Trail 56. Take us for some gas, and then directly into Sudbury we go. And here we are. Trail 56 right here. So we just took a stop at where the C111D meets Trail 56, where that beautiful warm-up shack is for the Valley Trail Masters that was made by I believe a high school carpentry class in Sudbury. So that was pretty awesome. State-of-the-art warm-up shack there. So hopefully that gets use. And now we're making our way towards the 55 trail. and I believe we're actually going to hook on the 51 and then the 53, and we essentially have to make our way back to the D and then loop around to the 74 to come into STP. So we still got a good hour and a half at least of riding to go. That's James in front of me on his Enduro, and in front of that is Brad on his Winder. Speak of challenging trails, this trail's weaving in and out of the power line pretty intensely. Okay, so definitely the widest trail we've been on today. It's like a 3-lane highway. Reminds me of the L125 in just north of Rene Brunel Park in Moonbeam. Unfortunately, it's actually not open this year because they're using it for logging, which makes sense because it is a logging road. But that's probably Mike's favorite trail in Northern Ontario, and definitely one of mine for sure. You can see sleds coming for miles, lots of rooms to spread out. Makes it super safe. Okay, favorite trail of the day. The favorite section of the day. By far. Wow. That was definitely the widest trail I've been on in my life. Getting a little bit snurdy as we come back into town again. Right now we are on the 51 trail, and we're just making our way down. We are cruising along the 53. We're going to hop on Garson Lake, and that's going to bring us to the C115D. It's hard to keep track of all these names. Sudbury has such an abundance of trails. They have a really extensive network. You do not want to be going fast down this trail, that's for sure. Now we're hopping on Garson Lake. Right in front of us, that's the lake. Shall we race? Groomers are doing what they can with the snow they have. As you can see, it's decent, but it's not pretty in some places. And we should be at the D trail. Okay, so we're on the 74. We are about to pull into STP to end off an absolutely fantastic weekend of riding. I had a blast. I think everyone had a blast. Trails were a mix of conditions, but everyone had fun. And that wraps up the trip, guys. I see my truck. Time to load up and hit the road. I wanted to thank everyone for watching this video, and thanks for following us along for our trip in Sudbury. Thanks to James for the hospitality, and Gerald, who is still on the trail. He'll be back in a couple minutes. It was awesome. They let us actually store our sleds inside the Sudbury Trail Plan groomer shed. AutoStart doesn't love it sometimes.
No, Equadiesel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure?
What happened to yours?
It's still at the frickin' body shop getting like looked at. The truck's fine, but the adjuster basically said that every little piece has to be looked at because you never know. They could pull a fuse. They could do. Well, it was a pleasure. Appreciate the hospitality and taking us out.
Come yesterday.
Oh, no worries. You made it today. That's all that matters. Yeah. No, today was great. Mixture of amazing trail conditions to no snow to the whole range.
The rocks are coming through, that's for sure.
Yeah, but with the weather coming and the snow, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Just had an absolutely awesome weekend, and if you're looking for a place to ride, Sudbury is awesome. Definitely add it to your list, whether you want to do day rides or saddlebags. Both are definitely feasible right here in Sudbury. Thanks for watching, everyone.
If you liked that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sledaddicz YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiling. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.